Thank you for joining us here at the GoDeep Sanctuary. My name is Aura, and I am a body worker and a sacred sexuality practitioner, and I love talking about the pelvis. And today we're going to do a little bit of body work, and we're going to work on some release points, some stretching, and some strengthening. So I'd like you to find a place, find a ball, and let's get started with a little bit of shaking. Shaking is good for the nervous system. It helps to release any stagnation and any nervous tension and just allowing it to drop down to the floor. Remembering to breathe and make sounds and really soften the face and the rest of the body as you just allow the vibration to awaken and open and slowly create more sensation throughout the body. Just continuing to breathe. Find the position that feels best for you. And we're going to make our way down onto the mat. And we're going to take the ball and we're going to place the ball at the base of our spine, right inside the sits bones, and in front of the anus and behind the vaginal opening. And we're going to begin to lengthen the spine and start taking notice to any tension that's arising in the body. And I want you to notice the breath and relaxing the eyes. And taking your time to sequence the energy through your body, breathing down into your pelvis and feeling the energy rise back up. Inhaling into your belly, softening the shoulders, lengthening and creating a lot of integrity with your spine as it sits on the ball and releases the pelvic bowl. Begin to notice your mind is relaxing, your eyes is softening, your jaw and your throat is relaxed. Continue breathing. Relaxing the mind, softening the jaw. We're going to start moving the hips in a circular pattern. And what you're doing is tuning into the banana hammock that streams from one hip to the other, as well as tissue that connects from the tailbone to the pubic bone. So go nice and slow if you need to, just to feel all the striations of muscle fibers. But you're also noticing your breath as you tune into this tissue. So relaxing your eyes, relaxing your shoulders. And then when you're ready, we're going to lean back onto the pelvis and curl the tailbone under like a cow, and then we're going to stretch up and you're going to feel it go to your pubic bone like a cat. And you're using your back muscles as well as your abdominal tissue, so you're getting breath all the way down into your pelvis. And slow down if you need to. If this feels too fast for you, go as slow and as intentional as you need to feel the tissue. And also learning to relax onto the ball is really important. So listening to whatever your body needs and just tuning in to all the little sensations, all the psychological activity that's happening in relationship to the ball and your pelvis. Noticing the breath. We're going to practice neutral spine. So finding the spot that's balanced on the perineal tissue and elongating and curling back, using your tailbone and drawing the pelvic floor in and up. Inhale, opening up the pelvic floor, coming neutral, elongating the neck, relaxing the shoulders. Exhaling all the air out, really pushing and closing the rib cage, Inhale, stretching back up. Just always coming back to your center, coming back to the midline and finding that balanced spot on your perineal tissue. But also sensing and relaxing the tissue. And then now we're going to stretch the other way, looking up, coming back to neutral. Feeling your ribs and your belly and your chest and your shoulders really open. Exhale, neutral, elongating the spine, relaxing into the ball. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, neutral. Taking your time getting up. And we're going to transition into whatever foot, ankle, calf, and hamstring stretch feels good for you. I like downward dog. We're going to go ahead and just pump the ankles. If it feels good to stretch and open, keeping the knees gentle and soft as you do this, and remembering to really elongate the spine and open the pelvis. Continuing to breathe into your body as you do this, allowing the breath to create more expansion. Feeling the tissue under your feet all the way up to the back of your knee. And then we're going to slowly transition down onto the floor, taking the ball and placing it under the pelvis onto the sacrum. So we're going to start with it kind of low and placing the hands into a triangle, thumb to thumb, fingertips pointing down to your pubic bone. And we're doing quick 2-second flicks. So performing 2-second contractions, and this is into the pelvic floor tissue, so activating the vaginal tissue, drawing it in for 2 seconds and relaxing. We're doing repetitions of 10. And remember to not engage the adductor or inner thigh as well as the glute tissue. This is very subtle. So using your breath and using your intention and remembering to pause for a minute in between the 10 intervals. Quick 2-second contractions. Keeping the breath. And when you're ready, allowing the groin and the adductors and the pubic area to get a little bit of a stretch before we move into single leg stretch. So this is a passive stretch, but if you want to make this an active stretch, feel free to elongate the thigh bone while keeping the pelvis nice and squared with the shoulders. So we're relaxing the shoulders, we're relaxing the neck, we're softening the eyes, continuing to breathe. This should not be a strenuous stretch. So listen to your body. If you need a soft bend in the knee, that's okay. We're trying to feel this on top of the hip, right around the hip flexor area, breathing into the pelvis, stretching through the thigh. And then go ahead and bring both knees in, breathing into your pelvic floor, breathing into your hip sockets. For an added stretch, we're going to send the ball up a little higher onto the sacrum. So before it was at the base near the tailbone, now it's going to be at the very top. So there's quite a bit of tissue here. We just want to be cautious and careful that it's not on your low back. So away from the lumbar onto the sacrum, and try to relax into this position. And then when you're ready, we're going to scooch the ball back down to the base of the spine again, and just begin to breathe and notice and sense and feel if there's any change. Continuing to relax your eyes and relax your throat and your jaw. Taking a nice audible sigh. Allowing your knees to open into more of a frog position. Feeling the pelvic floor open. And we will move right into some hip curls. This is going to massage the sacrum, so taking the ball between your knees, allowing the heels to line up with the hip sockets, relaxing the shoulders, elongating the neck, relaxing the arms, and we're just rolling and massaging the sacrum onto the floor. You're feeling the pubic bone pull towards the chin as the hips relax and extend away from the face on the exhale. So massaging the sacrum. For an added challenge, you can engage the glutes with a soft lift of the hips and then rolling back down. And now flipping over onto the belly, we're going to place the ball right on the pubic bone. So I like to use my elbows and support my body while I'm relaxing the pubic bone onto the ball. So allowing the hips and the legs to be very heavy as you breathe and feel and sense and notice what's going on with the tissue on the ball. So if there is tension or if there is pain, go ahead and allow the ball to move into a position that feels safe. Some people will move the ball up. Some people will move the ball right onto the pubic bone. We're just taking some time here to breathe and sense and notice and feel and relax into the ball. This is really just about breathing and allowing the breath to go all the way down into the pelvic floor and release the pubic bone. When you feel safe, allow the whole body to drape over the ball, releasing the low back, breathing into the ribs, allowing your forehead to rest onto the mat. I like to use my toes and rotate my heels out. Some people might want to open their knees a bit. Some people might want to bring their legs together. What feels best for you, I will let you decide. Taking some time and to stretch back into goddess pose or child's pose. Breathing into this moment, into this new awareness in your body. Creating more sensation in the pelvic floor, more release, more expansion. And letting your breath or your energy send signals of relaxation all the way down your spine, into the belly. And let's check in. So remember how your pelvis felt in the beginning. Now we're going to tune in to the body and notice how it feels after we've paid some close, intentional, conscious attention to the pelvic floor. Spending some time with yourself in meditation, quieting the mind, relaxing the face, and taking some deep breaths into the pelvis, into the belly. Namaste.